2019 James Harden was a human cheat code. He was around during this era and this time, you know, that little up and up, like I don't know what you would call it, but he shot 18 free throws a game and it was annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It was annoying.
Would you consider 2019 James Harden as one of the greatest offensive seasons in league history? I mean, you have to, right? 36 points per game, 57 30-point games, a month where he averaged damn near 44 a night, and a streak of 32 consecutive 30-point games. It was a
That's one of the greatest offensive seasons of all time.
Historically great season, one that was only made possible by what happened just a year prior. Harden and the Rockets had seemingly cracked the code, up 3-2 in the 2018 Western Conference Finals against the Warriors' juggernaut, and they fumbled it. They lost Game 6 on the road and then collapsed in Game 7 at home, clanking 27 consecutive threes, including a dreadful...
Damn, I remember didn't they miss 21 in a row? Didn't they miss 21 threes in a row, Tyler?
2 for 13 for the MVP. No one wanted to see Golden State back in the finals, but in hindsight, I'm glad it happened because Harden's failure fueled the fire for his ridiculous 2019 season, one that saw the league's best scorer turn into a human cheat code. Harden and the Rockets started out the 2019 season the same way the previous one ended, with an embarrassment. They got killed by 19 points at home on opening night, and James scored just 18. Not the best start to a season, and it became a theme. Harden plays well, they lose. 40-13, lose. 54-8-13, guess what? They lost. 25-11, 17-6 against a mediocre Dallas team, and they got smoked by 20 points.
Damn!
The Rockets were 9-11 to start the season, and the 14th seed in the West. These guys were supposed to be
yeah, this fight was hilarious. Shit, two uncles fight at the fucking barbecue.
Championship contenders. They were just one win away from the finals. But now, they're at the bottom of the standings. And after coming off a 3-game losing streak in mid-December, Harden was starting to get the hint that he'd have to take his game to a different level if he wants his team to win. So in the 27th game of the season at home against LA, he did just that.
Here's Harden, got the step and stop. Oh, what a move, said Harden with a deep three. Yes! And the foul!
Why they gotta be all that, kid?
Backing his way, goes to the fadeaway. To get a play for their team. Harden.
Since we talking about Harden, I remember vividly I watched it live. James Harden hit a contested 3 to win the game over like 2 Warriors players. That shit was crazy to witness. Also, why can't we look at the top 10 projected prospects, sir? You really mans like the draft tomorrow. I'm disappointed in you. V3 do better.
Stop calling me V3, first of all. Second of all, we're gonna watch the prospect shit. That's just gonna be the segment later tonight. That segment is gonna be at like 9:30. Right now it's all the regular shit. Cause once we go on prospects, we're not gonna get off the subject of prospects. I already know.
Fuck Bam Adebayo. Fuck Ty Jerome.
Damn.
Fuck Peyton Pritchard.
Damn.
They fucking stink. Never betting on them bum niggas again. And guess what? They all missed by 1 point. Needed 15,15,15. They all got 14 points.
I don't want to make you even more upset, but somebody out there in the world bet the unders on all those players and won. Just saying.
Titties.
Stop!
50 points, 10 boards, 11 dimes, and a disgusting poster and flex all over JaVale McGee. This was the moment Harden got his swagger back. Just a few nights later, he drills a dagger step-back 3 against Utah to cap off a monster 47-point night. His next game, 35-9 in a win over the Wizards to put them 2 games over 500. However, the very next night in a loss to Miami, Chris Paul injured his hamstring and he'll miss some time. This was a massive blow for the Rockets. But you're telling me James Harden is going to have the ball in his...
Hey, Bill, I know exactly what you're talking about. That nigga Bib said, Tyler, these your people? He said, this ain't Tyler people. Or something like that. I was editing, so I had the real low. But I heard that shit and looked over and I was like, these niggas.
His hands even more now? Sign me up. This dude is about to lose his mind. 39-10 in a win against the Spurs, he lights up the Christmas tree against OKC on Christmas Day with 41. 2 nights later, he goes off for a light 45-9 threes. He drops off New Orleans with 41-9-6, and on New Year's Eve against Memphis, he sparks some early fireworks with a 43-point triple-double for his 4th straight 40-point game. And Houston is on a 5-game winning streak. James Harden was breaking basketball. And ankles. Jimmy Butler, sauced up. Jamal Murray, goodbye. Actually, you know what? Come back here.
He fell down.
Damn.
His signature step back was an ankle-breaking machine. Try to force him into the paint, and to everyone's demise, he'll draw fouls like it's nobody's business. Double team him, and he'll effortlessly swing no-look dimes for wide-open dunks. The Beard had the league in a chokehold, and he'd keep...
What happened to Jimmy? Don't tell me Jimmy got hurt. Please tell me. I don't want no injuries the playoffs. Please don't.
it rolling in his first game of the new year, because this one was personal. Warriors versus Rockets prime time on TNT. Harden was entering the defending champs' building with a fire unit on standby, averaging over 40 in his last 10 games. And considering these guys
averaging 41, damn. Damn. Oh, okay. He fell on his butt. Yeah, I see it. Quick intermission.
Obviously didn't do that.
I know you're watching the video, but it's 3 seconds.
12 rebounds in game one. Man, come on, man. Jimmy Butler is under.
This ain't even like
12 rebounds in game one.
This ain't nobody's drill. This is accidental. This ain't purposeful. At least I don't think so.
Rebounds in game one.
He went to the board and kind of like got tangled up and then got pushed, and then Jimmy jumped right in front of him. That's incidental. I don't look at that as intentional. Maybe that's just me though. Maybe that's just me. I don't see it as yeah. Nah, falling on your tailbone, that should have make you start speaking 4 different languages, bro. Falling on your tailbone, your funny bone, and like your knees.
Him home a year ago.
That should have make you listen.
The Beard was about to light their house on fire.
Shot clock at 7. Harden.
Man.
He is nice, making 10th rebound. Another 3. Durant on top. Shot clock at 7. James.
Damn.
With the 3. Harden. Step back 3.
Damn. Who would last in I don't mind this conversation, but I don't like this conversation because Mystic, the games are so different. I don't think an NBA player could successfully be an NFL player and vice versa. Honestly, well, okay, there's a different level of success. What I mean, so like if you take, there's obviously maybe some outliers like LeBron, maybe Russ, but on average, I don't think the average good NBA player is going to be a good NFL player ever. It's just, for one, it's too physical. And then if you take a football player to be an NBA player, it's just too technical, and two, they're running back and forth. The conditioning is different. They got to sit back and play defense. They got to learn fouls. It's a lot. Football players strength train. I'm not saying NBA players don't, but, NFL is a little bit more strength oriented. But Gates played basketball in college and then transitioned to football, and he was still undrafted. It's all right. I will say this: it's not hard to be. This is my okay. I think it's harder to be good in basketball than it is to be in football. If that makes sense. Football, there's a bunch of different positions you can try out for. If you're a big dude, you can either play D tackle, defensive end, guard, center, right tackle, holder, punter. Kicker. You know what I'm saying? Basketball, there's like 2 positions max you can play. Most guys, maybe 3. Max 3. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a 3, you're really only going 3, maybe 4, maybe 2. But you know what I'm saying? That's what I said, max 3. If you're a bigger small forward, you're going 3-4-5. If you're a point guard, you're 1-2. You're a center, you're center 4. You know what I'm saying? Football, you can take a regular guy from, look at Michael Orr. You could take a regular dude at football and teach him some sort of technique, and he can. Not saying he's gonna be a Hall of Fame All Pro, but it's easier to learn because football is a lot more technical. It's a lot more physical for one, and it's a lot more brain. It's a lot more brain. Like it's a lot more brain power. No, I wouldn't say easier to football because that wear and tear on your body. Like if you took a basketball player to play a full NFL season, he wouldn't make it. That's what I'm like. No. One game.
Vic, guess what?
One game maybe.
Your head built like the scientist from Robot Chicken.
And what is that?
Also, YouTube, don't use code Vic or Vic will use those little scooters and crush your hands with them before you put the bets in.
Tries to get it, saves it, saved inside, outside Curry. Two. Interesting to see on replay if Durant was out of bounds as he saved that ball. Out.
That is not a refund. Basketball, you always have to worry about ball. Whereas football, you don't have to. That too. Stop. Why is our teams facing in the Hall of Fame? It's gotta be. Oh yeah, I don't know why it's Chargers Lions Hall of Fame game. I don't know. I guess because we had a Hall of Famer go in. I don't know how that game is chosen. I don't know, but I was gonna say football. Like football, you can. It's also so much scheme based. You can put somebody on. You can figure out a football player and put them in the right place. It might take a few teams, a few trades, a few free agencies, but he'll get to the right place. Whereas basketball, it's also scheme based as well. But if you're a hooper, you're a hooper. Whether that's defensive, offense, you know what I'm saying?
Out.
Absolutely, he's out. Wow. How do you miss that?
Harden trying to get free. Down to 3, down to 2. It's a 3.
This was nasty.
Good! He got it! James Harden, a flamethrower! Incredible shot! Rockets by
Nasty.
1 with 1 second to go!
Nasty.
Harden walked into the Champs' building, dropped off 44, 10, 15 plus.
Man, Mystic, I always be telling the truth. It's just they don't be wanting to listen. I'm telling you though, like football is a sport that a lot of people can play. That's why a lot of people play it. It's also 40, 50 spots, and if you're like CB3 and 4, you still getting burned. Whereas if you're guard 3. You might not be getting, what I'm saying? You might get some decent burn. You're Norris Cole. Shut up and react. Where's Kids Waffle at, nigga? That's what we're talking about. Where's the fucking waffle?
10 threes.
How am I a professional liar?
And shut the lights out with a double-teamed 30-foot game winner. This was James's 5th consecutive 40-piece in his 11th straight 30-point game. This dude wasn't just on fire, he was an inferno, pulling Houston all the way up to the 4th seed thanks to an 11-1
Ah, god damn! Oh my god!
The shot at that moment.
Perfect. That's what y'all niggas want me to fucking do? Damn, we enjoying this shit together. Damn, I'm not no goddamn Uber fucking do cartwheels, backflips, and trick shots for a reaction. No, Ken, I literally just said that. Shut up.
12 games. It was all Harden.
I'm not
and
doing
he
all
was
that
just
shit.
getting the party started.
Literally. Right when I say it, she says it.
38 in Portland, 32 and 14 against Denver, 42,
Chat,
11 and 6 on the Bucks.
Hey, chat. 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 No, let me stop. Yo, them niggas be having so much energy, it's hilarious. Oh no. I will say I'll be like that during the summer though. During the summer, a lot of my energy gets, you know what I'm saying? I'm way more energetic during the summer. Right now I'm just cooling. Like we watching Harden cook. What you want me to do? Take away from his shine?
A 43-point triple-double in a win over the Cavs in a magical 38.
Vic. I can do that too.
Oh god.
12 assist performance against Orlando to extend his 30-point scoring streak to 16 games.
Damn.
This dude was out of control, and just when you thought he couldn't take it to another level, he does. A 57-point avalanche.
No, see, Cam, it's nothing wrong with that because you're just, you know, I don't do no booger sugar. I've never burned my nails. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? You're showing love to people that are showing love to you, but like all that extra jumping around and shit and like I don't know, bro. Maybe that's just like I said. Maybe because I'm in the crib. I don't know.
Memphis.
I don't know. But like niggas would be like, oh shit, goddamn! No, I'm saying, let me stop. Cause I be doing that shit sometimes too. Just not right now. You know what I'm saying? Not right now. I'm just watching the video. So I'm actually enjoying the video. That's what you can tell. Like y'all sniped me before, cause once I start doing this shit right here, this is when I'm really like when I'm really enjoying some shit, I hit one of these. And I'll start doing my chair like this. And this how you know I'm like, I be low-key forgetting I'm streaming sometimes. I be doing like this, I'll be like, yeah.
Mystic, don't ever trust this man, can never trust a man with 2 first names. Plus he still hasn't fed his kids in over 3 weeks. He gave them the stalk from the grapes and not even a proper grape. Vic built like a sideways pineapple.
I just cut a pineapple too.
January, and he follows it up by one-upping himself just 2 days later with a 58-point double-double to extend his 30-point scoring streak to 20 consecutive games. We were witnessing one of the game's greatest scorers at the peak of his powers. His streak was even dubbed the Unguardable Tour, and his next stop was New York City, entering the Mecca on one of the greatest heaters in recent history. And for lack of better words, the step-back king put on a show.
No. Harden's going to try to step back here. And steps in his way. Moutier will go to the first. There's the step back. Harden, step back. It's good. James Harden as the shot clock expires. Not fast in this one. Harden inside layup. Count it. And one. Harassed by James Harden with 61 points.
Yo, the shit when Harden would dunk it and be like, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was tough. I ain't gonna hold you, but that shit was tough. Cause it was so simple, but so that nigga was just, oh shit. Oh, that was crazy.
On a throwdown with 3 seconds left to put his team up 4, James notched 61 points on the night, tying Kobe for the most ever by an opponent at MSG. This dude was a cheat code, and he wasn't getting patched anytime soon. He followed his 60-piece with 35 against Toronto to get the Rockets' record to 28-20 as Chris Paul returned in their next game against Orlando, and it didn't slow him down one bit. Brace yourself. 40, 37, 30, 43, 44, 36, 42, 31, 42, and 30 against the Lakers for his 32nd, yeah, you heard that right, his 32nd consecutive 30-point game of the season. And that's where the streak would end.
You streaming again? No. 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 Why would I stream the game? I got NBA League Pass.
He'd miss his next game due to injury and score just 28 in his return against Atlanta. Regardless, 32 straight 30-point games is literally historical. It's the second longest streak in NBA history. We hadn't seen anything like this since Wilt Chamberlain
If your team on this list, your team sucks.
nearly 60 years ago. The streak was over, but the team started a new one. The Rockets won 9 straight games to launch themselves from 5th to 3rd in the West with a 42-25 record.
Hey, you know what's crazy? PJ Tucker in the corner is damn near like Klay Thompson. I'm not scared of PJ Tucker threes unless he's in that fucking corner. If he's in that corner, I'm like, shit, this is going in.
Far cry from where they were at the beginning of the season.
If you had to have one person shoot a three to save your life, pick one between PJ Tucker and Draymond Green. They get one chance. From the top of the key. Middle. Dead center. Who you choosing?
Houston was finally looking like themselves again, and the beard was looking better
Draymond?
than ever.
I'm going to just be like, you know what? I'm down regardless.
Headed
Let me shoot, nigga. Fuck that. Let me at least kill my, you know what I'm saying?
into the final stretch of the season.
But if I had to pick one, I'm going Draymond too.
But I mean, this guy wasn't going to enter the playoff.
If you had to pick one of these to save your life, and they're both shooting threes from the top of the key, you know what I'm saying? Top of the free, whatever we're gonna call it, and dead center. Draymond Green or PJ Tucker.
Without putting on another show. He erupted for 57, 7 and 8 against Memphis,
Good God.
but they lost. So 2 days later, he redeemed himself.
Are you kidding me? Harden from the parking lot. Gets it back to Harden. Harden to the basket. Lays it up and in.
Was Harden? What is that? Oh, that's GTA. Did y'all
You know what's crazy? Lemon Vic Quantavious Vic Jr. and your new adopted son Bob haven't had a bath yet. Instead you sprayed them with a high-pressure hose with dishwashing liquid for 24 seconds.
Steps back and fires. And hits.
Did Harden win unanimous MVP this season?
Harden. Got it. Back-to-back threes.
I'm not. He didn't.
Harden
Who was the other votes?
falls away. Fires it off the glass. He had to finish up.
Another 61-point performance. But that wasn't even the best part. With Houston down 6 with just 4 minutes left, Harden absolutely took over, scoring 13 straight points to go up 5 and win the game. It was an MVP level performance. Well, not really, but we'll get back to that in just a second. In the final game of the season, James scored 39 to mark his 57th 30-point game of the year, nearly doubling second place Paul George, while also tallying
Really, Ken? They're somewhat competitive. They have a future. Who do y'all miss being competitive? Whether that's football or basketball. What team? Let me think. Ramsey? Yeah. Me. I'm not a team. I would say NBA wise, competitive. They were never competitive, but I would love to see what a number 1 seed Hornets team would look like. That sounds crazy to even say. I know. Relax. I just would love to see what a number 1 overall or number 1 seed Hornets team would look like. I don't know if it'll ever happen. Ever. Ever.
tallying 28
How am I about? The Hornets have been to the playoffs like 3 times. That's why.
40-point games, 9 50 pieces, and 2 60 bombs. This dude was the best in the world, or second best actually, because he didn't even win the MVP. Giannis Antetokounmpo walked away with the award pretty decisively, and it lit the
He didn't win it this year? Damn. Damn.
NBA world on fire. The belief that Harden was robbed of the award was a common thought. He averaged 36, 6 and 7, carrying the injury-riddled Rockets to the fourth
Why did I think he won it back to back? I'm tweaking.
seed while making history. In fact, 3 of the 5
I knew he wore it. I knew he won it the year before, but I thought he won it back to back or something.
basic statistical categories point to James, and 5 of the 8 advanced metrics point in his direction as well.
No, it's because it's a new face, and I want to say the Bucks is the best team this season.
The numbers say Harden, the voters do not. It was controversial, but he had to get over it. The playoffs were here, and after what happened last year, the Beard wanted his get back, and he would no doubt get his chance.
Yeah. No, I could.
Round 1 of the playoffs saw
Averaging
Harden and the
crazy.
Rockets face off against a second-year Donovan Mitchell in the Utah Jazz, and the outcome was predictable. I mean, look at how Rubio was guarding James in Game 1. That is not a winning strategy. The Rockets blitzed them by 32 points, and Game 2 was the same. Harden took off for a 32-point triple-double, they win by 20, and they're up 2-0 headed to Utah. Houston squeezed out a 3-point win in Game 3 behind a lackluster performance from Harden, and it was wraps. Utah threw one last punch with a win in Game 4, then Harden stuffed the stat sheet to close it out in Game 5 to win the series at home, which leads him directly to a second-round matchup against the team that's tortured him for the last half-decade. Warriors vs. Rockets was the rematch Harden and the entire basketball world so desperately craved. The Beard and his squad were foaming at the mouth for revenge after what happened in 2018. But in Game 1, they were reminded that these are the Golden State Warriors. Harden went off for 35 points, but in a tight game, the efficiency just wasn't there. Steph Curry cashed in a dagger 3 with 24 seconds left to ice the game and take the lead in the series. And in Game 2, Golden State took care of business once again to go up 2-0. Harden was solid, but they'll need more from him if they want any chance against the defending champs. And Games 3 and 4 back home in Houston seemed like the perfect place to turn up.
Harden, step back 3. Harden, the drive, floats it up, shots good.
Nah, Mystic. That team is the greatest team we've ever seen, ever. For one, it was the team before KD got there was already the greatest regular season team. They add Kevin Durant. What team is beating that team in a 7-game series in the playoffs ever? You might be people have Lakers because of Shaq, Kobe. No, they're gonna run that 5 out and shoot threes all fucking day. The Spurs, I don't think so either. They have the fundamentals to do it though, but I don't know, man.
The Rockets will get the overtime win.
I don't know, man.
Houston's no good. Wow, look how far
Like, no, Cam, no. You gotta there's no team that we've seen yet be able to match them with threes. I'm saying in a 7-game series, not just once, in a 7-game series. Nobody's beating that team. You can't put the Warriors against the Warriors, nigga.
Step back 3.
The Raptors beat them without KD and Clay. If you say the Celtics that won last year, yeah, you're smoking crack. You're smoking crack. Who on that team is guarding KD? And then I'm asking you, who on that team is guarding Steph, Livingston, and Clay? You putting Drew Holiday on KD? Why? Wait, guys. They already beat the Celtics in the finals. What are you talking about? They literally beat them already. What are we talking about?
This series has just gotten incredibly tight in a hurry.
They beat him without KD.
The Beard was a flamethrower in games 3 and 4, frying the champs for 41, 9, and 6, and then cooking them again for a 38-point double-double and a 4-point win to tie the series at 2. Game 5 back in the Bay, though, was critical, and through the first half, it looked rough for Houston. They found themselves down 20 points late in the second quarter, so the Beard cranked it up a notch. He lit it up with a 12-point third quarter to get his team back in the game, and late in that third, they caught a break. Kevin Durant suffered a calf sprain on a jump shot, forcing him to leave the game and be listed as out for the rest of the series. The Rockets had a golden ticket sitting right in front of them. The only question is, will they cash it in? Well, the quick answer is no. It was Golden State who answered.
And then it sucked to see KD try to come back and then he got hurt again. That was sad.
The call.
No matter if you liked or hated KD, that was sad to see.
Coming up with clutch buckets late to take a 3-2 lead in the series. Once again, Harden played well with 31 points, but it just wasn't enough. So, as he entered Game 6 at home with his back against the wall, he came out firing. The Beard put up a massive 14-point first quarter to set the tone for his squad. But it stayed tight as they took a KD-less Warriors team tied into the second half. And that second half is where their season would end. The Beard's nemesis went ballistic for 33 points in the final 24 minutes, sending Harden and the Rockets home once again. In a season that saw him eviscerate teams like very few players ever have, the outcome was the same. Although it ended in heartbreak, 2019 Harden legitimately changed the game of basketball, so much so that it wouldn't be known until years later. The rule changes and the ever-evolving art of drawing fouls is all because of one man. Love him or hate him for it, 2019 Harden gave us a season that will forever be etched in history. I mean, for a while there, he was averaging 35. Or actually, you know what? Take it from here, Stephen A.
He's averaging 40! He's dropped 35, 29, 50, 32, 47, 35, 35, 39, 41, 45, 41, 43, 44, 38, 32, 42, 43, 38, 57, and 58. Do you understand?
Damn.
What you're witnessing?